Stampers. Today I'm going to show you a card that I promised on my blog we would make tomorrow. This is a kind of neat card. It uses sponging and it's a lot easier than it really looks. So we're going to get started. What I started with was a base of Early Espresso, 5.5 inches by 8 1/4. Fold that in half, and that will be the base of our card. The next thing we're going to do is take a piece of soft suede, and we're going to run it through the Big Shot with the embossing folder, the wood grain embossing folder, and of course I'm not sure if you can see this, but what we're going to do is we have our platform, we have a cutting pad, then we have our embossing folder, kind of got my hand stuck under there. We're going to put it in the embossing folder and run it through. Now, what we have, this is the neatest embossing folder. I've really enjoyed it. And what we have now is, you can see, a wood grain looking. To give it a little more authentic wood grain, what we're going to do is I'm going to take soft suede, classic ink, and a sponge. And I'm going to ink the sponge and then lightly rub across it, just to bring the wood grain out. And if you do this too hard, it will get to your cardstock down. We're just wanting to ink the rough edges a little bit, or the raised edges a little bit, so that it looks more like, and you can see the 3D. See that? Okay, what we're going to do next is take that and go ahead and adhere it to the base. Then I like to flatten my card out just so that I can really see that I'm getting it on here pretty much straight and even all the way around. Okay, and there's the first part of our card. Now the second layer of our card, of course, is going to be the Early Espresso. This is a 3.5 inch circle die. And then we have a very vanilla 3-inch circle die. And what I did here was, because I wanted the moon behind my trees, I took a sticky note and punched out a 1-inch circle. We're just going to put that there. And then we're going to take our inks and start to fill in. Now what you want to do when you do this is, you're going to ink your pad, and you want to start off the paper so that you don't get a lot of ink in one place. And what you're going to do is just kind of wipe it around. And I have found that to blend it better, what you need to do is just burnish it in. And that's, you don't want to just fluff it around. You want to really rub that in. When I'm doing this, as you can see, kind of the more I rub it, the better it looks. And then I'm going to do my sky next, the top of the sky, because then I like to blend it all together. What we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to start off and just kind of rub that in. And sometimes the more you play with it, the better it does. I feel like I should be singing here or something. I'm just going to keep rubbing and rubbing so that I can blend that all in. Get a smoother look. And I think I want a little more darker, kind of down here. Around here. Because you know the sky's not exactly one color when we're seeing the pinks, the oranges, the purples in it. The next one I'm going to use is called So Saffron. And what I'm going to do is use this together to blend these in. Now, if your sponge doesn't look quite perfect, that'll be okay, because actually, if you'll just look, mine doesn't look totally smeared in or equal, but when we stamp our stamp image on it, it really makes a difference. So what we're going to do now is take our mask off, and see, there we have our moon. The next thing I'm going to do is take some early espresso. Let me close these up. I always close them up, and then I get in a hurry. We're going to take early espresso. And by the way, this is new to the new pads. I just love these pads. And because they're so juicy and you don't want to get squishy, one of the things I do is turn my stamp upside down and kind of tap on it a little by little. This keeps from getting ink everywhere. And as you can see, this stamp has been well loved. So we've got it there. And now I'm going to turn this. I want to put my trees on. We go straight down, remember, and press straight down, and then we'll pick it up. Look at that. Now, I didn't like my moon being quite so stark, so what I did is I came back in with my So Saffron, and I just kind of dabbed it a little. Rubbed it in. And that way it wasn't quite as stark as the Very Vanilla. So after we've done that, we'll put that together. We're going to layer this onto the 3.5-inch circle. And we'll put that on our card. And I love Stampin' Dimensionals. I love to have dimension to my cards, and so that you can just see the different textures. And so I'm not even sure if I'm in the camera. What we're doing here is going to put these on and then place it. And remember, we want to place it kind of to the side of the card so that we have room for our greeting. So then, I'm going to place that right there. It's already taken shape. The next thing that we're going to do is to use the itty bitty banners, and we're going to stamp our happy birthday banner. And we have framelits that will cut this out, but for this one small one, I have found that it's much easier just to take a pair of scissors and snip it. And I left my scissors. I don't have them right here with me. So anyway, you know what you're going to do is I went ahead and took this, and I'm going to put it on here. And just put it down with a dimensional so that it sticks. And voila, here we have a card. I think in 5 minutes or less. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Come back soon.